Hello, we're live.
Hopefully, a few people are watching us.
So far,
No
the
one.
few are just you and me.
Fine, we can start.
anyways,
Hopefully,
anyways,
people join.
yeah, welcome to our Silly Point live episode. One day late, if you well, given we're doing an IPL preview, but given that there's still a very very long way to go, we
Yeah,
thought we'd come back with our spreadsheet predictions. So we will play our spreadsheet live on screen. You can play along if you want. Give your predictions, your comments, like, share, and subscribe as always. Um, and let's just get straight into it. G,
cool.
any comments beforehand?
No, just that we've gone through these questions and some of the answers might be outdated given that we've already had one match. But I'm happy to
Yeah,
stick to them because at the end of
yeah,
the tournament, we want to see who actually got most of them right. So we're going to
yeah,
just
exactly.
stick to our guns, stick to our predictions. We've also got some of the other silly point pundits to fill in the spreadsheet. So once Zayed and me fill in our answers to the questions, we'll then share the completed spreadsheet with everyone, and
Yeah,
discuss a few out there predictions that a few
yeah.
people have made. And so yeah, let's kick this
Let's
off.
get straight to it. Right, let me see if I can share this. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully everyone saw the match yesterday. Don't know what to think of it. Does RCB beating MI mean that RCB is a better team than MI?
MI loses
Unlikely.
every time. MI loses the
But
first game every
yeah,
time, right?
I've said this before that they lose their first. They always lose their first game. I think it's been going since the last 6-7 years now. So yeah, and clearly, Rohit Sharma said that in the post-match press conference that it's not about winning the first game; it's about winning the championship. So I think Mumbai still have a good chance of winning the IPL if the trend is to
uh,
be followed.
okay, let me try this again. Technical difficulties as always.
It'll be fine. Ah,
There
there
you
you
go.
go. Nice,
Nice.
cool.
So let's
We're starting off with the big question straight away.
yeah. Who will win the IPL?
Fair
Spoiler
enough.
alert. Yeah,
Well, yeah, we've briefly discussed this in our
yeah.
previews for the teams,
I
but
think this is also good because we gave our previews, right? So this kind of
yeah,
puts everything into context and gives
yeah,
a
true, true. I mean, I think I was confused between Delhi Capitals and Sunrisers. Not confused. I was pretty happy with my choice of Delhi Capitals, but after doing the preview with you
after hearing
on
my opinions and
Sunrisers,
my expert opinion, you changed your
I changed my answer to Sunrisers Hyderabad, so I'm going to go with Sunrisers. And I've
unfortunately I have the
also
same answer.
yeah, and also the fact that I think I mentioned this before. Bowlers win tournaments, batsmen
Yeah,
might win matches, but bowlers win tournaments. So with the arrival of Bhuvi, fit and in form, I think Sunrisers have got a very very good chance.
right. We'll alternate with who goes first for each of these.
Yeah,
So why don't you start with your top four?
that's easy. Well, easy. Yeah, yeah. Mumbai,
Of course.
Mumbai Sunrisers,
SRH.
Delhi.
No particular order, by the way.
No, no, yeah, this is no particular order. And obviously the fourth team was a bit of a tough one, I guess, between RCB, KKR, and Kings 11, but I went with RCB uh, just because I think that, their team is better than it was last year. And they kind of showed that yesterday, even though it
Yeah.
was a very close game because of the batting depth that they had. They were able to
They
pull
also
it off.
showed why they haven't won the IPL because they messed up a really easy chase.
I agree. I agree. I mean, it was a
Very
straightforward
Pakistan,
chase.
very Pakistan-like performance.
Yeah, they certainly messed up the chase, and but like I said, just having that buffer,
Yeah,
with Harshal Patel coming in at number 9, he actually opened for Haryana, his
yeah,
state team in the domestic T20 competition.
yeah,
So clearly, having someone like that come in at number 9 is a
yeah.
blessing in disguise. So yeah,
Yeah. We've
that's
got a
why that's why
few.
I've gone with RCB.
We've got a few viewers, so do comment your predictions as well as we go along. It'll be fun to see. We will have predictions of the other silly point pundits as well right at the end in the spreadsheet. Um, right. So I have MI, SRH, of course,
Fair enough. Yeah,
RCB,
yeah,
and then the shocker. I don't
yeah.
have DC. I have Kings 11 or PK now it's called, right? Punjab Kings.
Yeah, so well,
I think they'll
sorry, you have to use the right acronym. It's PBKS.
PBKS. Wow, that's a
Yeah,
really
so
long name.
Punjab Kings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They had to
Yeah.
keep it 4 letters apparently because previously it was called Kings 11, so it was KXIP,
Yeah.
so PBKS,
All right, fine. So I've gone with Kings 11 or
which is a shocker. Can
PBKS
you
as my
can you please explain why?
look. I just think Shreyas Iyer is a big loss. I
Okay.
think Delhi will have their moments, but there are two factors. I mentioned this in our preview. I don't think Rabada and Nokia will have the same impact, although Nokia has had a phenomenal season against Pakistan.
Yeah,
The IPL is in India. I don't think fast bowlers will have the same impact, especially in Chennai and Delhi.
yeah,
Although well, Delhi are not playing any games in Delhi, but I think that fast bowling edge that they had, I think that'll go away.
yeah,
And with Pant will have his moments for sure. I think they. I mean, it's a marginal call between them, 4 and 5. I
yeah,
think Kings 11, they narrowly missed out last year.
yeah,
And if things go the right way, I think they lost the first 4 or 5 games last year.
yeah.
So if they get off to a good start, I think they have a very good chance of making it, and that's just why. And I had to eliminate one team. Otherwise, it's literally the same as last year. So come on, you have to have some diversity, right?
Yeah, to be fair, I've picked 4 teams that were the top 4 last year as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough.
Um.
But just one point on that. I know you
Yeah.
mentioned that the for Delhi the medium pacers, the pacers might not have much of an impact. But then on the flip side, look at the spin bowling attack with R Ashwin, Akshar Patel, and
Yeah, but
Amit Mishra.
it's not that good. I mean, it's okay. It's not like
I
SRH
mean,
type,
it
right?
is India's top the top 2 test bowlers in there.
Test bowlers,
I
right? In the
mean, yeah, yeah,
T20.
yeah, 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 I
Vishnu
know, I
Ashwin,
know, but in
Ashwin doesn't play in T20s,
yeah, yeah, I
and
agree.
you saw what happened to Akshar. He played in one T20 against England, and he got whacked around. So
Yeah, fair
you
enough. I
know,
mean, Ashwin and Mishra, I certainly agree. Mishra's, been one of the top IPL bowlers. I think he's the third highest wicket taker or something like that in the IPL. So he's been around the block and he's certainly a very attacking bowler. So yeah,
yeah.
but let's see how it goes. Today will be a good test because
That being said, yeah, they'll go and whack CSK. Prant will score 140 balls. Ashwin will take four wickets, and everyone's going to start cursing me on Instagram and on our YouTube.
fair
At
enough.
least
I
it did.
mean,
At least it did
to
fans will.
be to be fair, we did
Yeah.
call it. We did say that Punjab Kings had a very good auction. They picked some
Yeah.
really good players, and their team even last year, we thought was strong.
Yeah.
This year, still strong. It's still a marginal decision for me between
Yeah.
RCB and Kings and KKR. For you, it's a marginal decision between Kings and DC.
DC.
So
Yeah.
yeah, fair
Right.
enough.
Player of the tournament, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Stuck my neck out there, backing this person who's failed repeatedly, but I'm going with
Glenn
Glenn
Max.
Maxwell.
You know what? I don't think that's such a bad
And I
choice.
guessed this before yesterday, right? So this is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
after watching yesterday's performance,
yeah. I
but
know.
I had
I
him,
mean,
and
and
he can,
yeah, he can. I mean, the only thing is, I doubt that RCB are going to allow him to bowl. I don't know how much impact that has on the calculations for the MVP because
yeah,
generally you have players who bowl and bat that win
yeah,
the MVP award because they've got like a calculation. If you take so many wickets or score so many runs at this
yeah,
strike rate and economy, so I don't know if he's going to bowl as much because clearly Bangalore have decided to go in with 6, 7 options.
yeah,
So I know that Maxwell will get a chance to bowl.
yeah. I'm
But
surprised he didn't. I'm surprised he didn't bowl yesterday at all. But
yeah,
anyways,
yeah. I mean, they had eight. They had eight eight bowling options, including Maxwell. So,
Yeah,
I guess he wasn't required. And
yeah,
either way, Maxwell is meant to be bowling in the power play.
yeah,
And RCB already have got an off-spin specialist,
yeah.
power play
And
specialist in Sundar.
yeah,
And he
who
didn't
did
bowl.
bowl? He didn't
Who
bowl in
didn't
power
bowl?
play either. Anyways,
Fair enough.
um,
Coming to my MVP, who's also from
I think
RCB.
I think the 5 years we have will now leave after hearing this.
Yeah. Okay. So my MVP is Dan Christian. Again, this was my pick before yesterday's game, and I would say that not to judge a player by just one IPL game. He bowled 2 overs, went for a few runs, and obviously, with the bat, he played a couple of balls. So minimal impact, but I just think that Dan Christian, in terms of what he brings to RCB, I think it's a little more than the runs and the wickets. I think the runs and wickets will come, but it's also that winning mindset. I don't know how many T20 titles he's won as captain and as player. He's
Yeah,
won the NatWest Blast quite a few times, the Big Bash League. So I think he's going to be
fair,
the MVP. But yeah, those are our
fair enough.
choices.
All right, purple cap.
Purple
Sorry,
cap,
orange cap,
orange
orange
cap,
cap.
right? Orange
My
cap.
turn.
Again, a bit of a long shot from me. I've gone with Prithvi Shaw, and I've purely gone based on based on his current form. He's been absolutely phenomenal form in the Vijay Hazare Trophy, which is the ODI, which is the one-day domestic tournament in India. He scored something like 800 runs at a strike rate of 130 at an average of 160. He scored double hundreds as well. So, I'm just going with form and saying Prithvi Shaw would be the highest run scorer.
I've gone with yeah, Prithvi Shaw. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he'll be the orange cap within his own team, but anyways, um, I've gone with boring pick KL Rahul, who won it last year.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
I think yeah,
is he going to? He's been in the top run scores in the last couple of years. Is he going to win
yeah.
it again? Like, can he keep doing it? You think?
Why not? I think he's had a really indifferent white ball series against England.
Of
He got
course, yeah,
one century, I think, but otherwise he didn't really do that well.
yeah,
I think yeah, why not? He bats at the top of the order, in a very strong team.
yeah.
He's got as good a chance as anyone.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I mean Punjab's success will rely on him a lot. Although he did say strike rate is overrated, but I
Well,
still
yeah.
think
We're
I
not
think
we're not
he's
really
got a great
looking
chance.
at strike rate here. So yeah, runs. Then maybe KL
I
Rahul
think
is
it's
a good
better to
choice.
score those big runs, and that's what you need, right? You need
Yeah,
one or two like
true, true, true.
130s and 120s, and that really like propels you to become,
Yeah,
a big contender for the orange. If something similar to what Dhawan does,
yeah.
like he'll get three, four figures, single figure scores, and then he'll get 200s,
Couple
which
of
is what he
yeah,
did last year.
yeah.
Um,
Fair enough.
so purple cap.
Yeah, you want to go
I'll
next?
I'll go. I have Jasprit Bumrah for
Okay,
obvious
fair,
reasons.
fair. Some selections we don't really need to debate or even check about
Yeah,
explanations. I've gone with Bhuvi Kumar. Hopefully,
yeah.
I don't need to give an explanation for that. I just think
No,
that he's been in phenomenal form in the England series, and
yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
he's both of them don't really need an explanation. Bumrah we saw yesterday. He
yeah,
got whacked by AB in 1 over, and still, his figures were 4 for 25, 4 for 26, four
yeah,
overs for 20, 2 for 26. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
always, among the wickets.
yeah.
Fastest 100.
I've gone for Chris Gale. I don't even
Yeah,
explain that. Yeah.
I've actually gone for the same.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Boring.
I think
As boring.
we're both big Chris Gale fans. I mean, given he's 40 years old,
Yeah,
the way that he bats is just incredible. And I love the
yeah,
fact that he's batting at number 3 now in Punjab because I think we
yeah,
had discussed this when we talked about our T20 strategies.
yeah.
Chris Gale is a very good player of spin. So if Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul at the top of the order can look after the fast bowlers, then Chris Gale can come and murder spin.
Yeah, and then he can
Oh,
come in
yeah,
even after 6, 7, 8 overs and still get 100, right? And
yeah,
he
yeah.
only
True,
needs
true,
he only needs
true.
35, 40 balls. So I think
Yeah, yeah.
he's got a
Fair
great
enough.
chance.
Yeah,
And he needs one innings. I think he'll have an inconsistent tournament, but you just need one innings from Chris Gale.
exactly. Yeah, that's it.
Um, which team will score the highest total in one innings?
You go first.
I've gone with RR, who
Okay.
I haven't predicted them to do very well
Yeah,
overall in the tournament, but I think with Butler, with Stokes, there's always
yeah,
one big innings in all of them, and there'll be one game where they all click. Like they
fair
did
enough.
last year. Rahul Tewatia, I think they ended up being the highest run scorer last year because they chased 225 or something against Punjab
Yeah, yeah,
with
true.
Sanju Samson. So they
Yeah,
got 4 or 5 players who can really, on their day,
yeah,
can really turn it on. But I just don't think they'll do it consistently, which is why I don't have them qualifying.
yeah.
But as a
Fair
one-off,
enough.
I think they'll probably
Yeah,
get uh,
yeah.
get a big score.
Fair enough. I've gone with RCB. Kind of a similar
It's a
argument there
surprise.
as well. Similar argument because if you have a day where Kohli, AB de Villiers, Glenn Maxwell, and Dan Christian fire,
Yeah.
then it's similar situation to Rajasthan. They'll
Well,
score.
looking at Kohli's strike rate, you hope that he doesn't fire that long as he plays 50 balls. He'll probably score like 55, 60 runs.
Who
you want
knows?
AB, you want AB and Maxwell to do the bulk
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
batting,
I
but yeah,
mean, if Maxwell is consistently going to bat at four, then there's a good chance, of him scoring big
yeah,
runs and very quickly.
yeah. Okay, right, moving on to more of the gamble type questions where really it's a finger in the air.
Yeah, true.
Um, so what's going to be the highest team total in one innings?
I have gone with 210. Just, I guess anything over 200 because you are good to see some 200 scores.
Yeah,
So I think anything over 200 is a reasonable choice.
yeah. I've gone for 224.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know
Which
why. It's just
I mean,
random.
to be fair, given the teams that we've picked for high score and looking at the high score, it looks very
Yeah,
likely. Like
yeah,
Rajasthan can score, 220 plus. RCB look good for like 210. So
yeah,
we've kind of gone in line with our selection. So that's good.
yeah, yeah. Which batsman scored the highest individual score in one innings? I've gone with Davy, Davy Warner.
Maybe Warner,
Um,
a good
I
good
just had to
choice.
put him in somehow, somewhere
Somewhere,
in
fair enough.
something. So
Yeah,
it was either orange cap or it was this. I mean, to
yeah,
be honest,
yeah.
Rahul and him can swap around for both, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah, true. I mean, yeah, I guess the only slight issue with David Warner at the moment is his hamstring.
yeah,
Was it his hamstring or groin strain? Whatever. He had an injury and he kind
yeah.
of rushed through it. And started playing the tests against India pretty quickly. So don't know how that might impact. So I've gone with Ben Stokes because I know that he's going to open the innings for Rajasthan. So yeah, I
So
just
that's
think
what
that.
Owen Morgan said, right? The KKR captain said Butler and Stokes should open for
Yeah.
Rajasthan.
Well, that's what he's saying for Rajasthan, but then what about England? You're gonna let Roy bat down the order. But anyways, I know for a fact that he's gonna open for Rajasthan. So,
Yeah,
I just think that Stokes has that one big innings in him.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right. What will be that score? It doesn't have
120.
to be from him, but yeah,
Yeah, from Stokes. Yeah, I'm just going with
yeah,
120. I mean, he very
right.
easily scored like 140 balls in last
Yeah,
IPL. So yeah.
yeah. I've gone 125.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But you still get points if you get the player wrong and the score right, or
Yeah,
if
of
the score
course.
right
I
and the
mean,
player
that's
wrong. They're two different
that's
questions, right?
yeah, that's just fluke, right? Really. So yeah,
Yeah. All right. I'll go for the next. I'll go with the next one because I'm still in contention.
yeah.
The highest number of wickets by one bowler in a game. I went for five, and thank you to Achal Patel. I am bang on right now.
Okay. Yeah.
The
I
G
I I went with four. And I really wish now I could also change my MVP to Harshal Patel.
and purple
He's
cap and everything.
he's my unofficial MVP. Yeah,
It's
fair
very
enough.
easy to say after the first game.
I know. I've already lost that. I've lost my points on that question, but that's fine. No problem. I've got some other good ones. I
Yeah.
think good answers. Yeah.
Which team will have the highest opening partnership?
I have gone with Mumbai Indians.
A
Just
surprise.
because, well, it's a bit of a surprise, but I kind of came at it from a tactical point of view. I was like, okay, fine, Rohit Sharma can bat long, and when he scores the big runs, he's normally like batting till the 16th, 17th,
Yeah.
18th over. And obviously you've got QDK who can hit the long ball as well, and he's
Yeah.
also known for batting long. It's not like
Yeah.
QDK will give you like a 50 of 20 balls and get out. When he plays, he's normally scoring 60, 70s. So that's why I
Yeah.
went with MI. I mean, there are so
Uh,
many other good options.
I mean, yeah, I've gone with SRH because I
Fair
mean
enough. Yeah,
Warner, Bairstow,
yeah.
Warner Roy, Bairstow Roy, any of them, Warner
And
Saha. I mean, they're
Warner Saha, Warner
yeah,
Srivats Goswami, Warner Williamson, Besto
yeah.
Roy, Besto Williamson, Roy Williamson. anything.
Yeah, so I've gone for them with the highest
Fair
total
enough.
partnership because I think that they were no, was it CSK or them last year? I think they got 160 something
Yeah, yeah,
last year. So
yeah.
yeah, I've gone for Sunrisers.
Fair enough.
Which group game will have the highest aggregate score?
So I've gone with RCB versus Punjab. I yeah, really don't want to give my explanation. Just looking
Yeah,
at the batting lineup and potentially also the weakness in both teams
yeah,
bowling.
yeah,
RCB have known to be very poor in the death, and so have Punjab.
yeah.
So I've just gone with those two teams.
Yeah, but they did pretty well yesterday. RCB gave 25 runs in the last 5 overs, so
Yeah,
you
it's
never
not
know.
going to happen all the time, right?
Yeah, of course, but
They,
it's
they are going to be playing games outside Chennai as well. Maybe
yeah,
this template works for Chennai where they
yeah,
can protect the depth, but in other matches they might not. So
yeah. I've gone for Punjab Kings, and the only time this team gets mentioned in our podcast or our episode today, KKR,
okay,
because KKR's firepower,
yeah, true,
and both teams, their bowling is okay.
yeah, yeah,
It's not, that good. I
yeah,
think MI and others, they'll all get a lot of runs. They'll all they won't concede too many because of Bumrah and obvious reasons.
true,
And last year it was Punjab versus Rajasthan, I think it was.
yeah, yeah,
Rajasthan can also
because
make
of
it because no Archie, yeah, because of Tewatia.
yeah, because of that,
Um, Rajasthan can also, I think, can be in contention because of no
yeah,
Archer. I think the bowling is a bit weak.
yeah,
I just felt that KKR with their batting firepower with Morgan Russell,
yeah,
etc. They can chase down any score, and Punjab put up 220, 230. I think
yeah,
KKR can chase that down.
fair enough.
How many times will 200 and above be scored?
I've just gone with five. I mean, I know that T20s all over the world, are generally,
Yeah,
big scoring. You get high scores everywhere. But then just the fact that, if you look at the venues that the games are going to be played at, I don't expect 200 in Ahmedabad,
yeah,
maybe one. Don't expect in runs in Chennai, not 200 at
yeah,
least. I expect a couple in Mumbai, maybe KKR,
yeah.
maybe Kolkata. I
Okay.
mean, in Eden Gardens. So that's why I've just gone with five.
Okay. I've gone for nine. I
Okay,
think
yeah,
there'll be a bit more. I mean, I think we went for like really low scores last year as well, and then ended up in the first six, 7 games
yeah,
where 200 got chased.
yeah,
Because there will be times that 200 will be chased, and then it kind of like as that ticks off two anyway.
yeah,
So I think
true.
yeah, I've gone for nine, which I mean it's about what one every 4 or 5 games. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
Um, who will finish last? Fortunately, if you've been watching our previews, I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
Um, I've gone for CSK. Again, they might
yeah.
go and trash DC today.
CSK for
but
me as well. I mean, look, these are our predictions and our understanding.
yeah,
Weirder things have happened in cricket, so you can't ever write anyone off. But just looking at the teams and the players that CSK have, they haven't changed their team much since last year.
yeah,
Their batting was the weak. Their batting was the weak point last year, but they really haven't done
yeah,
anything to remedy that. Apart from maybe picking Moeen Ali and Raina coming back, but
yeah,
again, Raina hasn't played any competitive cricket. Moeen Ali
yeah.
also hasn't had much of an opportunity for England recently in the T20s. So it's sad, but that's where it is.
But true. Yeah, I agree. I think there's just
Sad, very true.
too much rushes. I mean, five of their top, well, six of their top six sorry, four of their top six batsmen haven't played cricket in 3 months, right? So
Yeah. So
I
that
mean, Ambati Raidu, Raina, Dhoni, Jadeja has been injured as well, so they just haven't played enough. Even Faf has played a few Test matches and played in the Pakistan series, but then
I mean, the
uh,
only the only player that you can really say who's had a very good time recently is Shardul Thakur, right? He's been
yeah,
phenomenal in Australia and at home against England. So he's the
yeah,
only one who you can say is nailed on, and Sam Curran,
yeah.
obviously.
Sankar has been
Uh,
pretty in good form as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah. So that's why CSK is last for both of
Yeah.
us.
How many sixes will Rohit Sharma hit?
I've gone with 20.
Yeah.
And again,
Uh,
that's again a tactical thing because, he's most likely going to play at least 15 matches,
yeah.
and on average, he hits one or two sixes a match,
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. I've gone for 24 given that he'll probably one innings where he like five or six.
Yeah,
I think he
fair
had
enough.
one or two yesterday. He definitely had one.
He hit one, yeah, he hit one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So yeah, maybe he'll have one or two where he'll score three or four, and
yeah,
then we'll get him to
yeah.
20 plus. The interesting question: who will be the emerging player of the IPL?
Yeah,
I think
just
problems you
to
have to first see who qualifies and what the
Yeah,
criteria
yeah.
is.
I was going to say that, there are quite a few criteria for players to qualify for this award. I think you need to be born after 1st April 1994. You have had to play less than, I think, was it 10 tests and 25 ODIs. You shouldn't have played more than 25 IPL games before the season starts. So, lots and lots of criteria there. And obviously there were a few options, but I've gone with Kartik Tyagi. I think I also called him the X factor for Rajasthan. He's young. He did pretty decently in last year's IPL. He might actually be, kind of the leader of the attack for
Yeah,
Rajasthan in terms of the Indian bowlers.
yeah,
Obviously they've got Chris Morris now, and if
yeah.
Archer's fit, then he'll come back. But in terms of the Indian bowlers, Kartik Tyagi might be the first name on Rajasthan sheet. So I've gone with him.
Yeah, he played inconsistently last year, but
Yeah,
with more experience, I think he might get
yeah,
more of
I
a go.
agree. Yeah,
I know Notker has not really been in good form anyway, so I think
yeah,
I'm not sure domestically, but at least in his IPL form hasn't been that good.
yeah,
So it's a
true.
good chance for Tyagi to step up.
Yeah,
I've gone with Jai Richardson. I
and
think
that's yeah,
I mean, obviously he's got a big money tag on him, so lots of pressure.
yeah.
But but yeah, I think he'll have a good IPL. He needs. I think it will be a fast bowler. I think it was Archer. Oh no, what was it last year? It was
It
DDP
was
last year,
Arch.
right? No,
No,
Archer was
sorry.
MVP. It was DDP
Yeah.
last year, right?
Oh, yeah, it was DDP, which is fair. So
Yeah,
he can't get
yeah,
it again. Yeah,
yeah.
another criteria is that you can't get.
I was thinking Mohammad Azharuddin, but he didn't even play yesterday. I thought he'd play for RCB, but he didn't play, so I'm
He hasn't
surprised by
played.
that.
Yeah, but is Mohammad? He's 25 years old, so yeah, he'll qualify.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
okay,
think it's
25.
25. Yeah,
Okay. Um, and then in case we have a tie, we
yeah.
have a
Unlikely, but
question which it's pretty much impossible to get the exact answer to. So the nearest one will win. How
yeah. So
many runs will Kohli score?
I've gone with 403. I don't know why 403. Just like the number, I could have gone with 400 or 450, but yeah,
I went with
random.
800 last year. I remember. I think he didn't even get half of that.
Yeah,
So I've been a
yeah.
bit more pragmatic. I went for 541.
Okay, fair
Um,
enough. Is 541 still pragmatic? I don't know. I don't know. I
it's,
just
it's
feel
it's
like
it's optimistic. It's optimistic. It's not pragmatic,
yeah,
but it's optimistic.
yeah.
But yeah, he's going to open right this year because he said
Of
he'll open
course. Yeah, yeah,
consistently.
yeah. So,
So
so
and he's got 500s as an opener. So we
the
need
the,
more.
the 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 other thing about Virat Kohli is that recently he's changed the way that he plays his ODI and T20 cricket. Like even after scoring a 50, he's now no longer thinking about, okay, fine, I need to score 100, I need to stay at the wicket. He's normally getting out to aggressive shots, like in the middle
Yeah,
overs in the ODIs. He was
yeah,
getting out to aggressive shots, and I think even at T20s, he's probably just going to go bang bang as much as
yeah.
possible. So
Fair enough.
maybe he might not end up scoring a lot of runs. Maybe his strike rate improves. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
So
these are our predictions. Do let us know in the comments whether you agree with them. What would you pick? Who is your pick for winning the IPL? Who's your pick for finishing last? Who's your pick for MVP? Let us know.
Orange cap holder, purple
Orange
cap
Cap.
holder.
Well, let me open up the predictions
Yeah, for the whole.
for the other two Silly Point members.
Yeah, yeah. I
So we
mean,
have the full.
some really weird answers there. At least one that I can think of and I know of is not going to happen.
Let me some background noise there.
Sorry.
Right.
Okay, so yeah.
Can you see
I
that?
mean just yeah,
Yeah.
we can see that list. I mean I can see that list. I guess the biggest issue for me is Waleed saying that there'll be 25 scores of over 200. I mean that is just that for me is a
I think he still
mind
thinks
blow.
the whole IPL is going to be played in Sharjah.
Yeah, maybe. I think he thinks the whole tournament is being played in Sharjah. What else do we have there? Should
Yeah.
we just quickly run through the answers?
So, well, they both have MI to win.
Fair enough.
Uh,
Okay.
I mean, that's very boring, but okay.
But fair, yeah. Yeah, fair.
um, They have. I think Fahd having CSK to qualify is an interesting one.
That's a good one. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
maybe he's trying to please some CSK fans. I don't know. Or
Dhoni
he
fans.
hasn't he picked Sam Curran as his MVP?
Yeah, he has actually got Sam Curran as
So
MVP as well. So he's
he's basically got a lot of faith in Sam Curran, and
yeah.
I remember seeing a quote from him on our WhatsApp chat saying that he believes that MS Dhoni thinks of Sam Curran as his own son. So he's just got a lot of faith in that relationship and in
Yeah,
Dhoni to for them to qualify in the top four. So yeah, that's also a
yeah,
very out there prediction, I think.
yeah. But he also has CSK to finish bottom. Surprise, surprise. Um, Virat Kohli as orange cap for Fahd. Interesting pick.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Straight. Well, I like his pick for MV emerging player.
Yeah, yeah,
Gaikwad.
yeah.
I
Gaikwad
don't
is a
know if you
good
know.
option.
Again, the problem is, will he play all the games because they have Uttappa as well, right? So they might open with Faf and
They've
Uttappa.
got Uthappa, they've got Faf, they've got Moeen also. They could open with Moeen as well. So
Yeah,
very, very uncertain. Clearly, after yesterday,
yeah,
we might have got the Mumbai Indians starting 11, right? But the RCB starting 11 was, very different from what we had predicted. So very
yeah,
difficult to know who's going to start in these teams.
yeah. Even if MI, right, they played Marco Janssen
Yeah,
before. They
that
didn't
was
play
that
Milne
was a
or
big
NCN,
surprise.
which was a surprise. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a big surprise, but then he did well. So fair enough. Mumbai again showing off their scouting processes.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Um,
Can I see Mayank
any other
Agarwal there? Who's picked Mayank Agarwal for what? I think
high
Wali.
score in one game? Waleed has Agarwal the high score in one game.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's not a
Yeah,
bad choice. Again, I guess Mayank Agarwal hasn't played much recently, so I don't know
yeah.
how much
But
rust
he was
there
a
is
big
over there.
surprise last year, so yeah,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
not? And then
Fair
the
enough.
rest of them are pretty interesting, straightforward. I like 235. That'd be good if anyone gets 235.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
look at Waleed's picks, right? So he's picked 235 to be the highest score, and he's picked 25 scores between 200 and 235 this IPL. So I'm really
yeah,
enjoying that.
I like how he's like hedged his bet by going for Trent Bolt as purple cap, but then Bumrah to be MVP.
Bumrah can be MVP if he gets like 40 wickets, because like I said before, MVP is about they do a calculation on wickets and runs. So someone who's taken a lot of wickets and scored runs at a high strike rate or whatever can qualify. So I don't know if Bumrah can be MVP.
So Bumrah can, but even does the economy rate count? Because then he might have a
I'm
good.
not sure, to be honest. I mean, last year, Jofra Archer got picked because he scored like 150 runs at a strike rate of
Yeah,
150 and took like 20 wickets, but then his economy was pretty low. So I think that does count.
yeah. So if Bumrah has a good economy rate, then he might as well. He
Yeah.
has a good
But do you
economy.
think but do you think he can score runs like Archer can?
No,
So
no.
that
No, but still,
that's
if he
where I
takes
think
lots,
it's tough. Sorry?
yeah. But if he takes lots of wickets and
Yeah,
he goes
yeah,
at like six and a half, then he's got a very
yeah.
good chance. And he bowls in those crucial stages,
True, true.
right?
So
So I'm not
maybe,
sure if
maybe.
if they can quantify the period of bowling, and give more
Yeah,
value for that. I don't know how that scoring system works.
I don't know if
If
it's
they,
that sophisticated. I think it just looks at overall economy.
but
So
yeah, the rest of us have gone for more all-rounder type picks. Although Maxwell is still a batting all-rounder, but yeah.
yeah, fair enough. I mean, you could have
I
expected him
Maxwell
to
is
bowl.
is the equivalent of Archer, right? Just the reverse. So he's
Yeah,
a
just the reverse. Yeah, that's
batsman
fair. Yeah,
who
yeah,
bowls
that's
good.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean,
Cool.
you can only expect Sam Curran and Dan Christian to like bat in the middle order and bowl a few overs. So those
Yeah.
are the two top all rounders, I
Yeah.
guess.
Fahad's gone all in on Virat Kohli.
Yeah, that's
600
fair.
runs.
600. Really, he thinks 600 will be the highest. Will be the highest runs in the tournament being scored. I don't
Well,
know.
what I think it was the same last year, six something, right?
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
the good pick.
640 or something like that,
Yeah.
650, something like that. Yeah, fair enough, actually.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more like 800 runs.
I think those days are gone now.
Maybe they're gone. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, cool. So that's our episode. Let us know what you think. Do you
Hope
agree
you
with these
enjoyed
predictions? Hope you
that.
enjoyed that. Yeah. Do play along and do send us your predictions. Let us know what you think, who's going to win, and all your predictions. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.
Thank you.